Hi, my name is Annalene, and this summer I got married, and so I went on honeymoon with my lovely husband. It still feels weird to say that. This is part 2 of a 3-part vlog. If you missed part 1, we went to Montreal, Quebec City, and Peggy's Cove, Nova Scotia, and in this video we're continuing our journey in Nova Scotia and going up to Prince Edward Island. In part 3, we're coming back to Cape Breton and finish off in Newfoundland. You will find links in the description to the different parts. Enjoy! After reuniting with my host family from when I used to live in Canada for 3 months in high school, Robrecht, Robin, and I went fishing. Fishing is Robin's hobby. She's been doing it for quite a few years, and last time Robert and I visited Nova Scotia, we went fishing as well, and I loved it. It is so calming. I don't even want to actually catch fish, you know. I just want to throw out my fishing line, pull it back in, and do that over and over again, being surrounded by nature and friends, you know. We saw a bald eagle there, and I was also very surprised when suddenly I did manage to catch a fish. Wouldn't call it that, but this is what happened.
Oh, yeah! You got something? I can feel something! Okay, tug it up! Like, tug it up! Yes! Keep it up! Bring it in! I don't know! Hey! No, you're gonna lose it! I know! You're gonna lose it! That's so good! That was a cheap one. So that's one of the ones that we want. Yeah.
That's one of the bad guys. And it's all on tape.
All of my screaming. That wasn't big. I mean, that was a good size.
So yeah, I didn't catch a fish. I also wouldn't really know what to do with it once I did actually catch it, so I'm actually kind of glad that they got away and swam off. Also, I'm a vegetarian. I wouldn't even know what to do with that fish, you know. I wouldn't cook it, I wouldn't eat it. I also want to point out that we were trying to fish up invasive species that is encouraged in that area so that the native species can thrive again. After that, we went to go and get curly fries. We drove to the beach, dropped off Robin with her friends, and we enjoyed a lovely afternoon by the beach. This is Green Bay. It's one of my favorite places on earth, and we just kind of goofed around and had fun.
Wow. Okay, mooie kitsen. Woe! Dat was nogal triestig, toch?
Here is Robrecht building a little dam. This is not the only dam that he's built on this trip, so more to come. Green Bay is honestly one of my favorite places on earth because of the people who go there. Whenever you see them, they will say hi, and they will very obviously be looking for sea glass, and if you're looking for sea glass, they'll point you to where more is and stuff. We found some sand castles. We didn't make them ourselves, but we watched them for a while and looked at the sea taking them back. The next day, we started off with a wine tasting. We drove past this winery and we were like, let's stop. It was 11 in the morning. It was too early, but you know, the view was nice. The wine, it was okay. After that, we went to Le Havre and stopped at the Le Havre River bookstore. It's this really cozy bookstore, and I don't think I really do it justice in this video. It's right next to the Le Havre Craft Co-op, which is really nice as well, and the Le Havre Bakery. It's all in the same building, but it's really good, and the food is delicious. So if you are close to Lunenburg or going to Lunenburg, please stop at the Le Havre Bakery and the Co-op. Then we took the ferry to Lunenburg. It's maybe like a 15-minute ferry, something like that. And we arrived in Lunenburg, where we did more bookstores. Again, these clips don't do these bookstores justice. But if you are there, there's 3 bookstores in Lunenburg. They're all in the same street. Unfortunately, one of them was closed, but we did get to visit the other 2. And walking around Lunenburg, the weather wasn't great. It was very gray, but fortunately, all of the houses are so colorful. It still was really nice. But just imagine this with blue sky and the sun out. We also went to the other side of the bay, and this is the view that we had from Lunenburg. You just can't see it. The next day we started off with some kayaking. Again, the weather wasn't the best, but the water was nice and calm, so we could actually kayak. After that, we went to go and visit Cosby's, which is a garden center actually, but it has this beautiful, beautiful pathway with all kinds of statues made out of cement, I believe. And each year they add on a new statue, and they're just crazy beautiful, impressive, and I had a lovely time. As you can see, the weather is a lot nicer here. This is a trip that we did with April and Danny, my host mother and host father, and we had a great time just hanging out, talking, being silly. Cosby's is in Liverpool, so we had lunch afterwards in Liverpool, and then we went to this bay where we saw little seals.
I think you're right.
They're in the what?
There he
Oh,
is.
look at that! Oh, little seal. Oh, look how cute little head. Why didn't you come on the rocks? We also went thrifting at Frenchie's, and this is what I bought. It is for my Eras Tour outfit.
Oh God, that is cold. No.
To end the day, we went to White Point Beach. Robin met us there, and we had a lovely time walking around the beach and enjoying the last bit of sun of the day. I had visited White Point once before when me and all of the other international students of my high school went on a weekend there. It brought back so many memories, and even though I'm not in touch with most of the people who were there with me, I still think of them fondly, and I hope some of them think of me fondly too. We also saw some surfers, and we're really rooting for them.
Yeah, he's on it.
Oh no.
We also had some dinner there as the sun set, and it was a nice family moment. Look at how happy we all are, and look at how beautiful the sky is as the sun is setting. This was our final night in Nova Scotia. The next day we drive to PEI. So this was our goodbye to Danny, April, and Robin. I don't know how long it'll take until I see them in real life again, but I am so looking forward to next time. And this is their cat Grayson. I couldn't not include him.
Calm as a relaxing thought. Aren't you envious that for you it's not sweet like honey? Come as a good.
This is where we leave the peninsula of Nova Scotia and we go to PEI. As you can see, we're taking a ferry. It's about an hour and a half. I felt really sick the entire time. But Robert loves a boat, and this is not the last boat that we're taking on this trip, so... In the distance, you can see PEI and the red cliffs that it has. I am still so amazed by it that the ground is actually red. And beforehand, I knew that this was the case, but I didn't think it would be so amazing and impressive and stark, because the combination of that dark red and the dark green, just, oh my god, it is so pretty. This is the first of many lighthouses that we visited. This is the only one though where we actually went inside and up the tower. On the inside you could see the furniture and all of the things used by the original lighthouse keepers. Once we were at the top, we enjoyed the view. We could see different islands or maybe a different part of PEI. I'm not even sure what that land is that we're seeing there. We saw loads of wildlife too. We even saw some seals. They are just little specks on camera, but I can assure you there were seals. Look, there's one just chilling on a rock. And we also saw a fox. We didn't catch it on camera, but this is us seeing a fox. I also loved the meadows in PEI. Just the nature in PEI was astonishing to me. Even though it is so simple, I loved everything about it. We stayed in Charlottetown, where our hotel was, right by the water. It was really nice and cozy. Again, some great inspiration for home decor, I would say. And to end the day, we had some pizza at a pizza place. We talked to a really nice lady who was sitting there. And after that, we did an evening stroll where we again saw some wildlife. Now this is a big day. This is a day we went to Green Gables. Green Gables, or Anne of Green Gables, is a novel series written by Lucy Maud Montgomery. She is from PEI. The story is set in PEI. It was first published in 1908. It's a really popular children's series, but in Belgium, no one has heard of it. But when I went to Canada and I introduced myself as Anne, people kept saying, "Oh, like Anne of Green Gables." And now I finally know what they're talking about. I read all of the books. I made a video series about it if you want to see it. And seeing the house and seeing the characters just made me so happy. And walking around in the places where the author used to live, where she walked, where she felt inspiration hit, you know, everything about that made me so incredibly happy. I was basically on the verge of tears the entire time I was there. It was insane. I just felt so happy being there, and just looking at all the footage, it makes me happy all over again. We went inside of the house and it's all decorated like it is described in the books, and it has these little pieces that you recognize from some of the stories, like the cordial, and the wallpaper again was so nice, and it was just so great. If you are a fan of Anne of Green Gables, and if you have watched any of my videos about the series, then you should definitely go and visit this if you have the chance, because it was wonderful. A little away from the house, there's the museum where you can learn all about Lucy Maud Montgomery. I am not lying or kidding when I tell you that I read all of the things that could be read in this little museum. Like, Robert was just waiting for me to finish whilst I was on the verge of tears the entire time. I was just so happy. This is an original copy, and these are all the translations. Like, oh god, this series is huge and means so much to me, and being there was just magical. We also went to Lucy Maud Montgomery's estate. There were these little statues of cats and of course of the author herself. I had to pose with it because it was just perfect for that. Yeah, Robert was having fun too. We thought that this was going to take like maybe an hour or two. We spent, I think, 4 or 5 hours there. So yeah. I also bought the Blue Castle by L M Montgomry there. And afterwards, we went to Cavendish Beach where we had a picnic. This is in a national park. We did some walking. We crossed the Lake of Shining Waters, which is referenced in the Anne of Green Gables series as well. So yeah, this day just couldn't get any better, I think. The only thing that could have made this day better was if the sun was out the entire time, you know, but you can't have everything. I am still so amazed by how red these rocks are and the sand is. It's just so different from what I'm used to, and I love it. On the way to 2 more lighthouses, we saw some wildlife, some birds. I don't actually remember what these types of bird were or what we thought they were. Maybe some eagles? I'm not sure. We drove to a lighthouse where we did actually see a bald eagle from up close, but unfortunately both of us weren't able to film it, and I was actually filming inside my pocket seconds before we saw it, and this is what happened.
Wow, bald eagle, bald eagle.
I take out my phone, not realizing that I had been recording this entire time, and I stop the recording as I try and film the eagle, you know. But it was there. It was there. And afterwards we went to another lighthouse, but we mainly focused on the beach that was around the lighthouse. And we built some of these little construction things that we saw earlier. I don't know what they're called. I forget. If you know, tell me in the comments. This was our only full day in PEI. The next day we took the ferry back to the mainland of Nova Scotia and drove all the way to Cape Breton. So this is where this video will end. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I love making these, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!